You have to make this chicken börek either for lunch or dinner or a quick snack. Just so delicious. You gotta try this recipe. For my chicken börek, I have 1 white onion that I will be cutting in half, and I will place this in my food processor because today I refuse to cry. Every time I dice my onions, I cry. I cannot help it. Even just doing this, peeling it off, bothers my eyes. I don't know how some people like my husband doesn't even cry, doesn't even bother. But for me, it's always a struggle. So I have 1 whole white onion that I will be processing in my food processor. I will now place some avocado oil in my pan, and I will place my chopped onions in the pan. It's a delicious chicken börek that you can prepare on stovetop. You don't even have to turn on the oven. Alright, I will be using chicken thighs for this recipe. That's the reason that I don't want to add a lot of grease and oil. Just as needed, so everything can cook evenly in my pan. My eyes. I love onions, but onions don't really love me, I guess, because every time I deal with onions, I just cry. Alright, I have 1 full-size hot chili pepper. I will be slicing these in small pieces. I will add 1 clove of garlic. Smells delicious. You can never go wrong with onions, peppers, and garlic. Now I will start working on my chicken. I have about 3 pounds of skin on, bone in chicken thigh that I will be deskinning and deboning and adding my chicken in my saute pan to saute it with onions and peppers together. If you like to use regular boneless, skinless chicken thigh or chicken breast or any other type of protein, you may use it. Make sure all the pieces are evenly cut so everything cooks evenly. I will be taking my chicken in my pan and cook them with my onions, peppers, and garlic. This makes a delicious lunch or dinner, whichever you like. I just like to add my seasoning mix, make it in the pan right here in the same pan. It is just so wonderful and so easy to make. My chicken is almost cooked. I will be adding my seasonings now. Of course, salt. About 1.5 teaspoons salt. I will be adding garlic powder, about 1.5 teaspoons. We want all the flavors to combine. Oh, it smells so good. I will be adding a little bit of onion powder. I know we have onions in here already, but adding that extra onion powder is gonna make it even more flavorful. A little bit of cumin. If you prefer, you don't have to add the cumin, but I like the taste the earthiness of the cumin that adds to the chicken. About half a teaspoon. And this is turmeric, just a tiny bit. About a quarter of teaspoon. Just a little bit black pepper. Of course, we cannot forget about black pepper. Just a quarter of a teaspoon of black pepper. And of course, smoked paprika, my favorite. I will be adding 1 teaspoon of smoked paprika. Give it a good stir. Lastly, about 1 tablespoon of tomato paste, just to give some extra color. Alright, give it a good stir again. Everything combines and makes a delicious smell. Place everything into a clean bowl. Scrape off everything. Don't leave anything behind. It's my biggest pet peeve. Alright, this is our filling. Now let's get our fillet dough, the pastry sheets. I always keep this in the freezer whenever I need to make something quick and tasty. You can make sweet stuff, you can make savory stuff, you can make everything. You can make it in the pan, you can make it in the oven, doesn't really matter. You can even make it in the air fryer. These thin pastry sheets, the choice of oil, in the same pan that you cook your chicken. Let's add the first layer of pastry sheet, just like this. Make sure your pan is not really too high. We don't want to burn it right away. We just want it to get a little bit toasty. Now what I will be doing, I will make my milk and egg mixture with a little bit of yogurt to moisten the pastry sheets. So I have half cup of milk. I will be cracking my whole egg. Also add about 2 tablespoons of yogurt. Plain yogurt, because we don't want to have vanilla flavored chicken, of course. Give it a good mix. This will help me to moisten my pastry sheets and it will be more softer. Between the layers, I will be adding these. You can change up the recipe whichever you like, whatever you like. If you like to use ground beef instead of chicken, that will taste delicious as well. Another layer of pastry sheet. If there are broken pieces like this, you can still use them. Just make sure you hide between the layers and nobody is going to even notice it. Another layer of my mixture. Broken ones right in the middle. Nobody's gonna see them. So we will keep doing this until half of the sheets are used. Alright, now we are in the middle. I added half of my pastry sheets in my pan. I will be adding my chicken mixture, my cooked chicken mixture right in the middle. Evenly. Alright, now I will get my remaining pastry sheets, place it on top, add some of my milk mixture right here, and I will add the remaining pastry sheets right on top. Add your milk mixture. I added all my pastry sheets. Now what I will do, these hanging parts that you see on the sides, I will slightly bring them inside so everything is enclosed. If they're a little bit crispier, that's fine, not a problem. Just bring them inside this way. Now I will bring my heat to medium heat. Add the remaining of the milk mixture right on top of my pastry sheets. Here you go, I'm just gonna drizzle on top. Alright, now we're just gonna wait until the bottom is toasted so we can just flip it around, cook this part too, and then ready to serve. Bottom of my Borek is cooked finally. So what I will be doing now, grabbing a small tray, make it upside down, take the pan out, just a tiny bit of burn, but that's not a problem. Now I will be sliding in my pan and cook the other side. Delicious. I will spray the sides just a little bit with avocado oil. Chicken Börek is almost done. I will just add some shredded mozzarella on top. Let it melt and it will be ready to serve. I will try to get a slice. You gotta try this recipe. You just wanna keep eating it. Please try this recipe. It is delicious. Flavorful chicken with onions and peppers, a mix of spices, and delicious crispy filet dough. So good.